Thanks to our friends at LIBS of TikTok, we know that a middle school teacher in Florida is very, very furious because in Florida it is increasingly frowned upon to try to trans little kids.
My state decided that it was a good idea to ban the use of the word gay in the classroom. Educators are not allowed to say gay in the classroom anymore. This is a life or death issue. Why do I say that? One of the most important statistics that I use in my curriculum when teaching anti-oppression, specifically about LGBTQIA issues, is 72%. You decrease the likelihood of a young trans person of wanting to commit suicide if all you do is use the proper pronouns for that person. 72%. You can save a life by using one, often two-letter word for a person. Misgendering someone can have them go on a spiral where they don't want to live anymore. And now we're not allowed to say gay, even if we are gay, even if we have an openly same-sex relationship, even if we're openly non-binary or trans. As educators, we cannot talk about who we are. We exist.
I've got one really important statistic for you to know when you are watching LIBS on TikTok, and that statistic is 420%. 420% of the statistics that LIBS on TikTok cite are completely made up. 420%. You can reduce your risk of losing IQ points 420% by not watching LIBS on TikTok. I obviously don't believe this statistic this woman is citing, that 72. If you don't call boys she and girls he, then you are going to encourage them to commit suicide. And if only you call them by the wrong pronoun, then you'll decrease their suicidality by 70+%. I just don't believe that. And one of the reasons I don't believe that is because this woman is saying a whole lot of things in this video that I know for a fact are not true. Like you're not allowed to say gay in classrooms in Florida. That's just not true. That just isn't true at all. That's completely made up. It's nowhere in the Florida education bill, and it's just not the case. The woman is saying that she is non-binary. Well, that's not true because that's not possible. That's not a real thing. So she isn't that. So she's wrong. I'm not saying she's a liar, but she's certainly mistaken. Right now, go to expressvpn.com/MichaelYT. You've got to protect your data from being tracked. And the people that I trust, ExpressVPN. I do not open up an electronic device without ExpressVPN on it. It's super easy to set up. Just one click of a button goes online. Otherwise, every time you search for something, every time you watch a video, every time you click a link, it's getting tracked by big tech, by the three-letter government agencies, sometimes by both. And anytime they want, they can match your activity to your actual identity using your device's unique IP address. When you turn on ExpressVPN, they can't see your IP address at all. Your identity is anonymized with a secure VPN server. Super easy. You open it up on that phone, on that tablet, on that laptop, you click the button. No big deal. Stop handing your data over to the government and big tech. Defend your rights with the VPN that I use and trust. ExpressVPN.com/MichaelYT. Use that URL. Get 3 extra months for free, or click the link in the description below. She says that she teaches anti-oppression in the classroom. Where does that fit in the school day schedule? Is that so? You have homeroom in the morning, then you've got social studies maybe, then math class, then anti-oppression, and then English language and arts. Is that and literature? Is that what you've got? I don't know. Where is anti-oppression? No, this woman is a radical political activist who is using taxpayer dollars in Florida. I think that's the state that she's in, right? Yeah. She's using taxpayer dollars to indoctrinate little kids into her radical, weird leftist ideologies. She says, I'm not even allowed to be open about my same-sex relationships in the classroom. You certainly shouldn't be. Yeah, I don't want you teaching that in the classroom. That's weird. Don't talk about your sex life in the classroom. Period. Now, I don't think you should be talking about your sex life in any grade, but certainly not in K through 3 or pre-K until 3rd grade. Certainly not. If only you use the Wrong pronouns, then you will save a life. Even if it were true, I know it's not true, but even if it were true, it would still be wrong. This kind of emotional blackmail is the way to madness. Because it actually, this is kind of a strange connection, and it ties in with another creepy, weird sex thing. But when I was at Yale with Senator Cruz last week, we were asked a question by this kid who obviously just wanted to get some headlines and tell a joke. He said, if it would end world hunger, would you perform a certain sex act on another man? And it was funny, and people laughed in the room. But it's actually not a complicated question. The answer is no. I wouldn't do that. No, it wouldn't end world hunger. No, calling kids the wrong pronoun isn't going to reduce their suicidality or depression or anxiety. It's probably going to increase it by hardening their gender dysphoria. But no, I wouldn't do that because that's called consequentialism. That's called the ends justify the means. That is a morally idiotic way of viewing the world. That's called it takes a few broken eggs to make an omelet. That logic that by committing an intrinsically disordered evil action, you might achieve some good end, that has been used to justify the worst crimes in history. And it's morally incoherent, and it doesn't lead to good outcomes anyway. Glad you liked that clip. Now, please ring the bell, subscribe, get all the notifications. Check out, I got this great new video where we were at Washburn University, and I actually ended up sitting down with the gal who organized a protest against me. Really, really surprising exchange. Go check it out. We'll see you next time.